The place name Monterubbiano derives from the fact of having been from the Urbs period during the Roman time. Monterubbiano historical centre gains in importance throughout the medieval age, thanks to Francesco Sforza's work, who built an extension of the surrounding wall. Among the several wonders that Monterubbiano offers, you can find the new cultural centre of San Francesco, a modern structure obtained by the renovation of an ancient Franciscan convent that houses meetings, conferences, exhibitions and performances. Nowadays, the church, which is annexed to the convent, is used as the auditorium of the centre, though it still keeps intact the memories of an 800-year-old history.
The Museum of Monterubbiano is located inside the convent of San Francesco, a very important historical place which was abandoned for 100 years. Nowadays, this structure has taken on a new function. The convent has become a place of culture, a reference point for the citizenship.
The convent houses the Civic and Archaeological Museum, the City Library, and the Centre for Environmental Education with its medicinal garden. It is a very special place for the city dwellers, who, like the monks of former days, consider this ancient structure as a place of observance, study and recreation. The long corridor, which gave access to the humble Franciscan cells, is nowadays a 23-metre-long scale model on which you can stand and from which you can admire, step by step, a bird's-eye view of the Aso Valley. During the Piceno period, the Aso River permitted the growth of a flourishing civilization, which traded with people living on the other side of the Adriatic Sea, exporting all kinds of products from pottery to jewellery, weapons and sculptures.
We don't want to talk about objects, but rather about the territory. The territory is a valley marked by the river Aso. We have represented this territory through a scale model on which you can walk in order to enjoy a scenic view and to simulate a tour of the territory from above. This fact permits us to relate the objects collected in the other rooms to a geographical place, that of the Aso Valley and of its castles. Furthermore, the scale model is lit up with 3 different coloured lights, where each represents an historical period. Travelling back in time, red stands for the Middle Ages, yellow for the Roman period, and green for the Piceno period. If you walk on the 23-metre-long scale model and take a look at the Aso Valley, you can easily imagine how this place was inhabited by different populations over time. Furthermore, from the corridor you access the rooms, which house different objects and tools, classified according to the historical period.
The objects housed in these rooms were found during the excavations of the 19th century in Colle Cuccaro and Contrada Crocifisso, which are located very close to the historical centre and which witness the continuity of the social life within this town. The rooms are divided into sections, each representing a different historical period. This method permits the visitor of the museum to enjoy quite a rare and sublime, breathtaking view, which is considered to be part of the cultural and historical assets. Accessibility and acceptance are the key words of the network of museums in the Piceno area. And in the Monterubbiano, this is the main reason for visiting the centre. The sign, "Do not touch," has been replaced with, "Do not touch except for the blind and for those who have difficulties in recognizing art." For each section, though, it was chosen as an object that people can touch. It is not a copy. It's a real find that represents the synthesis of all the other objects housed in the room. The slogan, "Right to Art," wants to give voice to a new way of receiving the work of art, giving the right to really enjoy an art collection as a landscape, simplifying the approach to art as it happens in archaeology, going towards it, straight ahead, playing and using the sense of touch. The experience of the cultural center of San Francesco in Monterubbiano is an aesthetic experience, where you learn using the senses as the original meaning of the word aesthetic suggests. According to this method, looking out of the window of the museum, walking on the scale model, or touching a 1,000-year-old find represent altogether a point of departure for getting to know the history of a village, which is a town. As you walk out of the museum, enjoy the atmosphere of the cloister. Smell its aromatic herbs. Pause and listen to the music coming out of the school of singing. And breathe in deeply the knowledge of the bel paese, Italy.